From the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Vault. I'm your host with the most, Jersey Joe. Unfortunately, time is not on my side right now. Class in only 10 minutes, but I had to come on the air. Just a phenomenal, just multitude of trades we've had in these last couple minutes. The trade deadline for the NBA was at 3 o'clock. My goodness, did we have just so many things that happened. The one I really wanted to come on, though, and talk about that I couldn't contain my excitement to talk was Goran Dragic to the Miami Heat. I was really excited to see where he would go here because I think that he was entitled to kind of voice his displeasure. Phoenix was not utilizing him the right way. He's a phenomenally talented point guard, plays the game so well. I mean, you talk about a guy who's a floor general, and it's him. He plays the game really well. I like him a lot, a very smart point guard. But they had 3 point guards there, Isaiah Thomas, Bledsoe, and him. All 3 of them were not working together. They had to make this. Now, they also did trade Isaiah Thomas to the Celtics, but I think for the Miami Heat, it was a good move. I really do. I mean, there's been some people thinking, did they give up too much? I'll read you what the trade implications were. The Heat received Goran Dragic and his brother Zoran Dragic, who is also very talented, from the Suns for Danny Granger, Norris Cole, Justin Hamilton, Sean Williams, and 2 first-round picks. Now, I don't think Danny Granger is losing much. Norris Cole is okay, serviceable point guard. Justin Hamilton is mainly a D-League guy. He's really just a body to have. And Shane Williams, he was okay. The 2 first-round picks is the one that's a little tough. I mean, and I heard Ira Winderman talking about this, and I think he made some pretty good points. I mean, Pat Riley's philosophy really doesn't involve draft picks. I don't think it's too big of a loss with these picks because you know what Dragic is. He's a player. You know how good he is. And he, quite frankly, is what the Heat need. They really haven't gotten any consistent production from any of the point guard spots this year. Mario Chalmers has been very inconsistent. You look at Shabazz Napier in his rookie year, started off kind of well and has really been inconsistent since then. So you're getting a very consistent, very capable point guard right now. And with Dwayne Wade's health being so in the air, I think it's a good move for them. They're probably now, I think, very much guaranteed that they'll be able to stay in and keep a playoff spot because that's how good this guy's presence is on the floor. I think the Heat are still playing very smart. They play defense. They move the ball well. They know how they have to play. It's just they're limited offensively. I think they lack playmakers. Goran Dragic will make things easier for everyone. It was a very good trade. I can't say enough about how good I think he is. And his brother's a good player too. But Goran Dragic, I like the move a lot. Now, just going down some of the other moves, we did see the Nuggets name come up a lot today. They did make a trade with the Portland Trail Blazers. They made a trade with the 76ers. But to be quite honest, I thought they should have traded Ty Lawson as well. I quite honestly, I think that this team's going nowhere, this Nuggets team. It seems like from a coaching standpoint, they're not happy. They're not happy with the players. The players aren't happy with what's going on. You're not winning anything with this team. The West is too good. I would just blow up the roster right now and just start from scratch. I quite frankly think that's the best move. But they didn't do that. The next one that's been getting a lot of talk has been the Bucks. They received Michael Carter-Williams, Miles Plumlee, and Tyler Ennis. The Sixers receive a 2015 protected first-round pick from Phoenix, and then it just seems like, and then the Suns, they'll get Brandon Knight. So the Suns deal Dragic, they deal Isaiah Thomas, and they get back Brandon Knight, who's been having a very good year for Milwaukee. But quite frankly, I mean, you can't be surprised. Michael Carter-Williams is probably the only identifiable player on the Sixers at this point. I mean, I only know Nerlens Noel, but I mean, quite frankly, who cares? You know what the Sixers are doing. They trade off one of the only players that gives them any substance. He's gone now, and they just continue their trek to be as bad as possible. Going down, though, another three-team deal, you had the Detroit Pistons, and they get Reggie Jackson, which was one of the big names. OKC receives Enes Kanter, Steve Novak, Kyle Singler, and DJ Augustine, and the Jazz receive Kendrick Perkins. Now, Perkins does nothing anymore. He really does not. He has no presence on offense. Defensively, that's about all he can do. Now, I'm not in love with Kanter, quite honestly. I mean, he's a good force around the rim, good defensively, but he's got no offensive game. I'm not in love with it. I mean, Reggie Jackson, I think, is the classic definition of understand your value in life and in sports. And he was offered a pretty nice extension. It seems, I think it was a 4-year, $48 million extension. And good luck trying to get that somewhere else. I mean, maybe he will, maybe he won't, but he's not worth that kind of money. He was a guy who was in the perfect situation behind a very transcendent superstar in Russell Westbrook. It was a perfect situation, and I just don't know if he's capable of being the go-to point guard right now. But Reggie Jackson, we'll see what happens with him. He's a good player. It should be a good move for the Pistons, who, again, are kind of – there's those last couple teams who are in the East who are really battling it out for that 7th and 8th spot. But we'll see there. But OKC, I mean, it's interesting because – I felt all along they need another player. I really felt like they're a player short. I mean, in this league now, you need 2 A's and you need a very capable B+ to an A type player. And Serge Ibaka's good, but he's just not that impact player. They need a third big. Depth is the big issue for OKC. I just don't think they have a lot of players there. I mean, Kanter is a replacement and an upgrade over Perkins, certainly. Novak is interesting. I mean, he's got a shot. Kyle Singler, I mean, not much there. DJ Augustine is interesting. I mean, it's a slight downgrade from Reggie Jackson, but I mean, he can play. He's shown the last couple seasons. He's been bouncing around teams, but he's capable. He can run your offense. But overall, I still feel like OKC is not there. I just think they needed a player who makes a real substantial impact on the floor. Now, maybe they got a little bit better, but I thought they really needed a bigger piece, and I just don't see that right now. Would it have been Brook Lopez? Maybe. I mean, maybe. Reggie Jackson was still, I would think there's not too big of a drop-off, but I like Lopez a lot. It could have been. Still feel like, though, that they're mainly in that same spot. But the final one I want to touch on, and I will say tomorrow I'll be on the air for a lot of time tomorrow. We'll definitely get in more depth, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about it right away to get my thoughts out there. But the next one is the Boston Celtics. They get Isaiah Thomas from the Suns for Marcus Thornton and a 2016 top 10 protected first-round pick. So the Suns made out pretty well with the Miami Heat's first 2 picks. They got one from the Celtics. They trade away Isaiah Thomas, and they trade away Dragic, 2 very capable point guards. I like Thomas a lot, and I like Dragic a lot, but it's just really hard trying to figure out a way to institute all these guys at the same time. It's just really not possible. One guy's not going to be happy. They both could be starting for anybody. But Isaiah goes to the Celtics. I don't know what they'll do with him. The main focus, though, Goran Dragic. Really like that he got moved. I think he said of the 3 teams he would re-sign with, it was the Lakers, it was the Heat, and it was the Knicks. We will see what will happen with that, but I think that Pat Riley, it was a good move. Right now, you just got to get in. I think that now that move kind of seals their fate. They will be a playoff team. And it would be, how interesting would it be if it's 2-7, if Cleveland is playing Miami the first round? I got to be honest, folks, that's not too bad. I would be very excited for that. But that is just my initial thoughts on this insane 2015 NBA trade deadline. Could not be better. Very exciting to kind of dig into these. We got some NBA action back tonight. I've missed the NBA greatly. Great game last night between North Carolina and Duke. I'm talking really fast, but that is going to do it. I got to get to class. And everyone, I will see you tomorrow.